Can you hear me now? No. Okay. Bitch. What is going on? This is what I thought. Microphone, sure. This one, right? Oh, yeah. Here you go. Can you hear me now? I hope so. Do you hear me now? Ooh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? A big peanut butter jellyfoot sandwich. That would be actually like really nasty though. Can you imagine how gross that would fucking be? Uh, like I would do it if someone sent me a super chat or Cash App, like the LCU. No, I'm kidding. Smash those booze. Whatever you want to do, bitch. Put peanut butter on your butt, and then sit on paper and look at what you got. I'm stupid. I need help. All right. Anyways, let me oh, there it is. Okay, neat. All right.
And let me just tell you,
We started too soon. There we go. This is Gypsy Rose and Ryan Anderson send me a topless pic Jeff Minnow and Christopher have and talking about Rachel Garlic. I don't know. I thought this was a juicy one, and this one doesn't seem juicy enough. We got boo. Gypsy Rose had $250,000 before her release. That's disgusting.
Hello, this is a free call from
hey, it's Gypsy.
an offender at
This call is from a correctional facility.
1. To refuse this free call, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Not much. What are you doing?
I'm wanting to know Facebook stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, I left a part of the conversation out about me and Ken. So, we were talking a little bit about you, right?
Mm.
Ken feels like you, like me.
No. A plot second.
And because he's like, oh, there, like I told you way back when that no man would come to visit you and do everything he does for you for nothing or whatever, so blah, blah, blah. And, because I was telling him about, like, the whole thing with Denise and everything and about your Comic-Con experience. And,
Oh, boy.
Comic-Con.
So, anyway,
I'm listening.
I am kind of, like, wondering,
Hiking experience.
I am kind of wondering, like, all this stuff you do for me, like looking stuff up and everything, would you still do that if I was a guy?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have reached out if you were a guy.
Yeah, me too. I mean, does it...
Some people would definitely think I'm gay. If you do all that for a guy? What are you, sucking his dick?
The dirty.
Bad enough my parents already thought shit anyway. Do they know? Does the husband know that you talk to her? Isn't that like weird? I'm like, I don't know. Fucking ask him. Like he probably wishes I didn't, but still.
That's why I wanted to introduce you guys, so you guys could become friends. That way.
Oh, why? So I can get the information for you?
No, just because...
Ryan, I need to know what she looks like. Is she hot?
Well, first of all, yeah, I'm hot. But like I don't know, like I wanted you guys to at least talk on the phone, so maybe the interaction, you can get a feel of him, he can get a feel of you, and it won't be so threatening either way, and you guys don't have to be like, oh, that douchebag, that whatever, blah 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 blah. You guys,
we were on such bad terms.
yeah, you guys can make a buddy out of each other, you know? You met through me, but you guys became buddies in some type of way. You're not gonna be sport buddies, but be buddies of some kind.
No, I didn't know we were on bad terms.
But you were.
Messages me like we're like no problem. Like, oh,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
I think he is like, you know, okay, you know, keep your distance, you know, it's a certain line, don't cross it, whatever. And so, you know, I got me thinking last night, I'm like, you know, you do put up a lot with me and my demands and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, either you're a really good friend, bored, or you kind of have maybe like a slight, you know, tug of the heart, whatever you want to call it. So.
Could it be all three, or?
I mean, yeah.
All right, let's call it all three.
They aren't they?
It's a combination
like,
of all of them.
Way more deranged. And then you're right, Alleyway.
To say all three is safe.
They're all partially true. I mean, I am a great friend.
They all talk about.
I'd say little heartstrings. You know, I mean.
They are all these phone calls being really like, I guess you could call it homophobic. Like it's crazy. And the sex call on Reddit, I accidentally, oh my God. I was like, you have shit playing and you'll be doing something. And like, I was on Reddit and I was like, oh, you know, maybe I should record. I started recording like some of these calls for a video. And so I saw that was one and no picture or nothing. So I started playing it with my screen recording on and I was doing stuff. And I hear like some about a PUSSY. I hate that word. I'm sorry. And then like, I don't know. I just was like, as soon as I heard that and I heard moaning, I freaked out. It was really gross. What's going on over here? Knock your bullshit off, motherfucker. Oh. Ryan and her arguing over his weight and everything like that, like, is so weird. I just wanted to hear what this was about this. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, though, because it's rather slow, if that's okay with you guys. If this is too fast, I can slow it down, but it's rather slow. And I wanted to just hear about this because I know she had gotten money. I didn't know that they lied, though, and didn't tell Dee Dee's family that the documentary was paying them and that they're going to just, slyly, just put it in someone else's name and we'll hold it for you. No, she's not allowed to be able to profit off of this. Yet here you guys are enabling that fucking, it's fucking sick. And this is disturbing, fucking like a horror movie type behavior. You know what I'm saying? Bubba, I know you're there, and I'll give you a piece of steak in a minute. Mama eating. Okay, it's just a taco. Wait a minute. I got a taco salad from down the road, and he's over here waiting. Because you're a piggy boy.
I don't know. I guess I give the opportunity, you know.
Let me be honest.
What was the other one? Oh, yeah.
Is that too fast?
What's that one?
Victor,
board. Yeah, board. Yeah.
Not this board.
It does liven up my day, you know.
So I'm like, I don't know.
Here we go. We'll do that.
It's a combination.
It's a mystery.
You know,
It's a mystery.
but tell me
I've never been able
if
to
you don't
know.
like this one, we'll move on. There's so
there's
many to go through.
And I'm like, Brian's never made the initiative to want to be more than just friends.
I told you because you were in jail. Your man took the last 3 years. That would have been my timeline. He fucked up my timeline. No, he beat me to the punch, I guess. He's got more fucking patience than I do.
Yeah, but at least got more patience than anybody does, to be honest.
No, well, I guess. Well, up until the thing. Plus, I told you before how I felt because I wouldn't be able to, see you as much as like your man has and shit like that. So I felt like that would be some type of way.
Well, it's kind of funny because it's just kind of like one of those things like, we've been in each other's lives for like 7 years or something like that.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Huh.
It's been a while. And
Really? Well, you've been like there for like 8, right? Oh, gonna be. So I've been there
8.5. So I mean, like I did 7 of that.
since almost.
I mean,
Yeah.
6.5. Whatever.
Okay.
So it's been a lengthy amount of time, and
Yep.
I've tried to hook you up with women in here, and
Women? Is that what we're calling them? Women? That's a stretch. Okay, yeah, women.
And I've tried to hook you up with
Creatures
women,
of the night. Yeah.
and you're like, no, I don't want to be with them or whatever. And then I'm like, oh,
1,000 miles away. I mean, Ebony was old. Like I don't know, but she's a little thick. A little much.
we get out soon.
Oh boy, even worse. Plus, she doesn't even like me. I'm too much of a white guy. He can't handle that shit. I'm not gangster enough. Maybe if I was like,
What the hell?
shooting a few people a day, she'd be like, oh, she's hot. Ugh.
Well, basically last night, I told Ken, and he's like, I knew
And
it.
Tabitha's like a million miles away.
He's like, I knew it. I knew there was something there. And he was like, didn't he try to kiss you? And I'm like, no, he did not. He tried to hold my hand.
Boom. There you go. See, another one. Making up fucking stories.
Like,
You try to like reverse bang you in the bathroom or something. Like what? What?
Like,
Another one of these?
did not. The hand holding. But he's like, oh yeah, I knew he always liked you or whatever. And I'm like,
Whoa. Why? What'd you tell him?
I just nothing.
Something. If he's like, I always knew.
So is she
He says, I always
cheating?
knew for the hell of it.
I think. Well, I
mean,
think
I
we
told
already
him
know
when
that
you
she was
asked
with
me
them.
if I would
Yeah,
give
pretty
you a
much.
chance.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he's like, I knew he always liked you. He tried to hold your hand and whatever. And I'm like, well, I was with you, dumb shit.
Exactly. I was trying to be somewhat respectful.
Mm-hmm. And he
And if you like all of a sudden went to the dark side, I would have been like, hey, what should happen? What?
He recalls our conversation about whenever he was like, hey, back the fuck up. And you're like, he recalls all that.
Of course he does.
So
That's funny.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about him. I know the days are winding down.
I would put him to the deepest, darkest recess of the memory and just kind of let it die there.
Yeah, probably.
Where all memories go,
Yeah.
And then you can just be like that old person who just be like, oh, back in my day, Back then, I was almost happy once or some shit, whatever fucking tragic story background you want to start with.
Yeah. I'm just like,
But he's a fucking retard anyway. What, you listening, guys?
Are you kidding me,
God,
dude?
like-
Come on.
Oh, it's like, why do good girls like bad guys? He's not even like a bad boy in like a cool sense. He's like a homo.
Oh, I know she's truly
He's not a greaser.
so
he's a fucking
selfish.
grub. I don't know.
in these calls and like
It's- I
acting
don't
like
know.
she's like,
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. This is
I
a
have to
side of
pretend,
it is
I have to,
like
pretend that he's dead,
what we suspected, but
And
like
he's no longer
it's still
exists.
shocking.
And then maybe
You know what I mean?
That's a few thoughts. But no, I don't know. You just gotta hate him. Hate him for
Yeah.
what he's done.
I hate him. I do hate him. I hate him so much. Like I can't.
You're
stop-
bad.
Is she talking about Nick?
I can't hate him any more than I already hate him. But like it's like a soft hate. It's like I hate him so much because I love him so much.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
never
Hate
mind.
him like fucking candy corn. You know? Like, oh, this shit on fucking Halloween, you scumbag. I mean, it's candy, but it's fucking candy corn. You know?
I love candy corn.
Fucking would. You would be that.
I do have to agree. I
It's
hate
totally
candy
dissolve my
corn.
fucking point.
I know.
Good. Well, that explains a lot then.
Okay.
Candy corn, Candy Ken get along fucking pretty fine, I guess. Candy corn. Eat that shit.
Candy corn.
Yeah, you would eat that. You're the only person who eats that and those fucking candies.
He's
that come in,
right.
like,
She's
the dark
insane.
and the
She
red
would eat
wrapper
that.
that have like no markings on them. Piece of chalk.
Just
Oh, I
teasing
don't
if you
like
like it.
Oh, of course not. Those then, okay? He's those. He's the guy who made those.
I'm like, I don't like those now. Okay.
Thanks a fucking limb.
Please.
Facebook, yes. And I do this because
You are in love with me.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I have a lot of sexual harassment.
And it pains you to see me with Ryan.
Why, he said that?
No, I'm making shit up.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Every time I look at a picture, I vomit on the inside with love. Baby fever, and I'm the one with the fucking flu.
So is she talking about Ryan right now? Or Ken? Well, obviously he said something about Ryan, but you know what I mean? Like, is she saying that she hates Ryan? Because I know that her relationship with fucking Ryan was just so she could get out, you know? And she plans things because it's like she plans things so that they go out way into the future. Like, oh, I will need this to happen. So I need to find like somebody that has a little self-esteem, that's gonna be infatuated with me and do just like she did with Nick. It's fucking crazy.
I think he's just jealous.
Ken?
Yeah.
I don't think he's jealous.
He's floating in your life, and he's like, huh, why can't I be that cool?
I don't think that, like,
He just wants you to want you.
I think he just wants me to want him, and I think, like, one day he might want to, like, bang me, but I think he probably wants me to be, like, this side piece of ass. Like, I'm not going to leave my girl, and you don't got to leave Ryan, but I'm going to fuck up type of thing.
You ever need a trip, to get away from it all.
Yeah. He's like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
I love it. So, what about Facebook?
I'm just checking friend requests, messages, notifications, things like that.
Okay, friend request. I thought it was Ryan's thing.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know them people either.
Can you X out those people then?
Yeah, because they're like friends of his friends. So there's no.
New ones. I don't know. You're gonna accept these people, like Jamie Adcock. Jamie Adcock.
I don't know who that is.
Am I gonna get ready to delete them?
Yeah, delete them.
Laura Hadjick.
Delete.
Madison Everett.
Delete.
Eek.
Eek?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Angelique Avasso.
Delete.
Diane Churchill.
Delete.
JC Rio.
Delete.
Leslie Ledette.
Yeah.
That is it.
That is it.
158 friends.
Such a freaking mess. Son of a bitch. Sorry, I had a bitch.
158 minus 83. 75 of his people accepted my request. Still keeping track. And then I tell Ken, he's like, oh, don't do anything permanent. I'm like, you do realize that I have probably about $250,000 of my money that goes to him, and we didn't sign a prenup. He's like, oh shit, for your sake, I hope it works out, because so I can't just be like, oh, I want you, Ken. Oh, I don't want you, Ryan. Oh, I want you, Ryan. Oh, I don't want you, Ken. Oh, and
Oh
like,
my
go back
God.
and forth.
Oh, is it $250? You can get all that fucking show, right?
I mean, I get that from like the book, the show, another trust fund, and the previous
That
show.
part of the trust
Wow.
you when you were gonna get out. Said you were gonna get like.
You lied to all of us then, you
Alright,
stupid bitch.
I have a trust fund.
I know you said they set up for you, right? It was like
Well, I got two.
people with the thing.
Well, I mean, did
So
we think she
one
wouldn't?
was set up by the man, one of the producers of the act years later.
Yeah, I think that was him. Yeah.
Okay, so I got 50,000 in that trust fund,
Right.
and then I think I
This
have like
bitch.
97,000 in another trust fund, the one that my parents are. And so
I
they will give
cannot-
that up. And I said, you know what?
This is insane. This stupid fucking gremlin. Oh, I can't even. You sociopathic fucking evil cunt. How dare you? I can't. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to stop that one, but I'm about ready to go through the screen at this point. This bitch. Okay, that's the one I wanted to go to, is this site. Because all the ones, well, I don't. Gypsy and a woman. Gypsy and Aaron HBO Part 1. I don't know what that one is. That's posted an hour
Hello.
ago.
This is a free call from an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional.
This call is from a
Yes.
correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this recall, press 1. To refuse this recall, press. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello? Hi, Miss Erin. How are you doing today?
Hey, Gypsy, how are you?
I'm doing all right. You said call back after this meeting. So how did
Yeah,
it
of
go?
course. It went, let me do it with my headphones. It went really well. They want us to rework the opening, and it's like the cold open, and they want us to like basically edit down the scene at the end
Hi,
when
sweet
you're seeing your dad
boy.
for the first time.
Can you take some ibuprofen?
But yeah, they said it's very
right there.
close, and we applied for Sundance, which is in January, and then we're applying for South by, which is in March.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Did you get
Yeah, but they really liked it. I showed them the second picture that you sent me.
Good. I'm happy you got it. I was like, your address keeps on changing, like the suite or the number of the street. So I'm like, I don't know if I have the right address.
No, you got it. Yeah, I moved offices from the one in Park Slope, and so Allison and I, Miss Allison, as you say, we got our own office, which is nice.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm happy everything went good.
definitely. How was the weekend for you?
It looks good. Last week went kind of fast. It's already my last day of work for the week. So they call it today's my Friday. So I'll be off tomorrow and Saturday. And usually whenever I have my days off, I like to go and sit outside. The weather's getting a bit chillier, so we wear our coats, but it's really nice out. And they just mowed because we're like in the middle of like a cornfield.
Right.
So they mowed all that so we can kind of see beyond the cornfield, so we can see the trees and stuff. So I'm like, there's life beyond the fence.
Oh, I'm sure it's important to think about it that way.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm doing good. I talked to Miss Michelle Dean, the one that wrote the article, and she had sent me an email, and she was like, a lot of movie producers were interested in making like a TV series or a movie, and but she was telling me that a lot of them were interested in making a horror movie, and I'm like, I'm not up for that. I'm not doing a horror movie because it's not a horror. I was classifying it more of a drama, but there was Lifetime that was interested, and the man that wanted to do the horror film, but he, I think, made a big mistake because he wants to go ahead and do it without, any sort of input from me or my family. He just kind of go on what people said on the online blogs or what Megan Pack said, and really they don't know any part of the story except for the media bad publicity. And he had talked to Miss Michelle without really any sort of agreement being there. So he kind of messed himself up on that. So if he tries to make a movie, there's some legal complications involved with that. So it was stop to it. But
Michelle was saying, I mean, he might still go ahead though. Or what did Michelle say?
She said that if they try to go ahead with it, that they're going to try and I guess put some legal blocks in there because he wasn't supposed to talk to her and get that kind of info or whatever to use without me. So at least there could be like a legal block. And, and she said that there was an independent producer that is interested, and she talked to her, and they want Michelle to write the script. And
it's Kimberly Pierce, right?
I didn't get her name, but she had told me about it, and I'm like, if anybody was to write it, I would think that you would be a good person to write it because I've already seen your typing skills, your storytelling skills is what I mean. And I know that you won't portray me in a light that is not true. You won't up the ante to make it some sort of a popular film, by filling it with lies. So, I mean, if anybody was going to write it, I trust her enough for her to do that. So.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think these things take time, and I think it's good that there's interest. And the HBO film will be out probably a lot earlier than that, and I think there'll be a second wave of things like this. Like HBO said that it should be optioned as well. But it all sort of like my family, my dad is having his book optioned by AMC and by Sony, and so like they want me involved, and so I'm kind of in a similar situation that you're in. And it's just like the basically how I think about it is like I'm just like, okay, if it happens, that's great. I want to be involved, but like it's so hard for these things to actually get past development, and from what I know.
It does take a while because, I mean, obviously the HBO documentary is going to come out way before anything else. And, she said that I couldn't be contractually involved. I think that means, involved with like telling the story or whatever. But
because of the Son of Sam laws,
right. But she said that I could keep talking to her, and I was like, we could talk on a regular basis, and if you need me to tell you anything about what happened, I could be more than happy.
But Rod and Christy should be involved.
Right. Because I mean, they're not incarcerated and anything like that. So I mean.
Right.
Really, it would be a better route to go rather than going with someone that just wants to write a horror movie. Because, I mean, to be honest, I think that with the documentary and with the article, it gave my reputation some goodness back. And it was dragged through the mud. And I don't want to have my reputation dragged through the mud again,
What do you, here's a question. What do you want to do when you get out in terms of like what you're interested in, or what do you want to do in terms of work, do you think?
I know that my work is probably going to be limited because being a convicted felon, but I hear that they have a lot of different opportunities for felons at the same time because,
Yep.
you know,
Especially a woman.
they
Very
like to
different.
give people a second chance. So really, I would just like to work with people, you know, get involved with different kinds of programs that that I think are like related to abuse and things like that. Um, Really, I'd just like to, you know, put myself out there in society in a way that could help people. I haven't exactly figured out what that, you know, pinpointed what that would be, but I know I love working with people. I love helping people. Just things like that, things that I think
Right.
that I can contribute to society.
Right. And then HBO watched the movie on Monday. And one thing, when would you talk to Nick? Would it be at night, or like where was your mom when you would talk on Facebook?
We would talk like at night whenever my mom was asleep, or at times in the daytime, my mom would take a nap. So it would be times like that.
She slept a lot.
Yes. Because she was on pain medication for her
This call is
leg,
from a recording and may be monitored and recorded.
for her leg injury, and she got kidney stones a lot. So a lot of the time she'd be in bed on painkillers from that or something. So I mean, it gave us a chance to talk without me being caught or anything.
And so, did you have your own phone or computer?
I had a laptop of my own that I went to Walmart. Like, we're going to the grocery store, and I know this sounds really, really horrible, but I would put money aside, and like I'd take $10 out of her wallet or something, and I put it aside, and I saved up enough over the course of a year and a half, and I bought me a small laptop that cost I think like $198 or something, and we first started talking on there, and then my mom went to a garage sale, and it was this like little Android phone, and we had Wi-Fi in our house, so I got to plug into the Wi-Fi, and I used the Wi-Fi on it. And then my mom caught me on Facebook, and she smashed the phone for the second time. That's the second phone she smashed. And then I saved up some more money and went to Walmart with my mom, going to the grocery store. And went to the electronics department and snuck and bought a phone, just a little Android phone that I can connect to the Wi-Fi.
And so sometimes, like you would be allowed to be by yourself in stores.
Right, sometimes, yeah. Like I would say, you know, I had to go pee or something like that. So mostly it would be like I got to go to the bathroom. So.
Right.
Mhm.
And so would she ever give you the money that your dad sent for you?
No, no. Like
She would never give you money.
no. Like if I wanted something, I could ask, and she had
Right.
like our money put on a debit card. So she had two debit cards. One, she had a bank in Louisiana, which now I know from Mike telling me that that was the account that Dad was putting money in for me. And then she had a bank account in Missouri, and that was for the disability or SSI, whatever check that they could deposit there. So if I wanted something, I could just ask, but there are some.
Would she say yes sometimes?
I mean, was like a Barbie that I wanted or a toy that I wanted, yeah. But if it was like a phone or anything like that, no.
And what about like the clothes that were not little girl clothes, like regular girl clothes?
I wasn't allowed to wear that.
Okay.
Yeah. She would tell me like that's inappropriate or something like that. So, and it could just be like a regular shirt or whatever, but it would be like the baby doll cut T-shirt, and that was inappropriate. So.
And in terms of getting the bus ticket, you paid for that. Like,
yeah.
is that how did you get money for that? The same sort of situation?
Yeah. I would just take like $10 out of her wallet or $20, and over a course of time it added up. So,
right.
And then I got it put on one of those Walmart gift cards. And that's what I used, and I got on the little Android phone, went to Greyhound website and used the gift card to purchase the ticket.
Did he ever have any money?
He would get a check, I think a disability check, but he really, really is a cheapskate and would not like use his own money on anything.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as I knew, he was like broke. So a lot of the times it was me that paid for everything. So I'm like, I understand that your mom is making you pay for rent, to stay at his mom's house and help out around the house. I understand that you don't have a whole lot of money. So, I'll try and cover for us.
Right. And did you ever, he doesn't really have people that support him now. Did his family just kind of sort of wash their hands of him after you guys got extricated? What is the word?
Extradited?
Right. See, you know it, not me. Because they haven't been there at all, right?
No, I mean, I asked him if his family was supported, and he said somewhat. I think that his grandmother or his aunt is sending him some money in jail. Now, I know that I got a card whenever I was in the Wisconsin jail from his aunt and uncle, and they had put $25 on my account. And they were like, we're praying for you both. As far as I know, they're religious. And that's also from him telling me that. And so they're like, we're praying for you both. We wish that you two could have found a different way to go about things. But we are hoping that you two pull through this. And I asked Nick if he wanted me to put some money on your account. And he said that would be nice. So they put $25 on my account.
What did you know about his family prior to going there?
I knew that his mom and he lived with his mom. He told me that she was kind of protective of him. Now his dad, I hadn't met his dad or talked to his dad, but I looked at his Facebook profile, and you could tell he's into weed and pot and things like that, and government conspiracies. And I'm like, now I see where you get your anti-government conspiracy things.
Right.
Right. But that's as far as I knew about his family. I didn't really know more than that.
Was the mom nice when you got there?
Yes, she was. She was like, be sure to use protection. I don't want to hear any little pitter patter on the floor just yet. And I'm like, okay.
Right. Oh.
But she seemed kind of laid back. She was nice. His stepdad was nice. Little brother was nice. Just seemed like a normal family to me. Very different than my family, but normal, I guess.
Right.
So.
The Mercy Hospital called me. I called them back today, and they were like, "What is your relation to GYPSY?" And I said, I'm making a film about her. She has said that we can look at these. These medical records were not in the discovery, and we need to do due diligence, which means basically we need to investigate this from all sort of aspects. We need those medical records.
You know why those medical? Hang on, I gotta turn myself down here. 1 second, bear with me. So, yeah, there were certain records that weren't in discovery because Mike Stanfield tampered with the medical records to be persuasive to Dan Patterson, who was also in it was election year for him to become prosecuting attorney again. So he was like really busy at that time doing campaign and whatever else. So, you know what? Mike Stanfield took that and said, "Hey, this is my time. This is my chance. I can, do really well for my career and get some notoriety from this case, probably." I know that's probably what was going through his head. And he thought there was more money there when he decided to become her quote unquote manager. And apparently that didn't work out, probably because of payment disagreements or whatnot. But, anyways, I digress. He tampered with, and he also took he not only took certain pages out, but also blacked certain things out. And then he told Dan Patterson that those pages just weren't even relevant. Like, they didn't need to be there. They weren't worth your time. You're busy right now. I didn't want to have to waste your time with those ones. But those were the ones that would have told a different story for Miss Blanchard. And, he might not have gotten that sweet little plea deal that he got for her. And so he just told Dan Patterson, "Look, this is what it's basically saying. I'll just do this, give you the summary of things so that, you can just not have to do too much research into it. I got you, bro," basically type deal. And I am going to say this just to save my own ass. This is all alleged in my opinion, but what I know from information I've found out on the internet by other public figures. So, all I'm saying is this bitch and Mike Stanfield are pieces of shit. And why would you even try to help a girl out that decided to do this and planned to do this? That's disgusting. And I know you're a criminal defense attorney, but you did evil. You didn't go by the law. You did rather drastic evil things to make sure that you got her this sweet plea deal. And that's what makes you a piece of shit, not the job title.
And she just was like, she was really weird. She was just like, "All right, well, we'll see." And I was like, "Okay, do you have any more questions for me? Like,
Right.
this is very standard." And she was like, "Nope."
Well,
So
since
I don't know
first
what's
time
gonna
I've ever
happen.
gotten anything like, "Oh, we're making a film about her." It's not
Right.
really normal. No. But I really do hope that they send those records, because I don't know if those were the same records that Mike had showed me. But
No, they're not.
No,
I have all those.
they're not.
okay.
They're not. And you know what else he did? Mike Stanfield actually had to persuade the family. He had to literally show Rod and Christy the same records that he tampered with and gave to Dan Patterson, because not only did he have to make the prosecutor believe it, but the family had to be believable too. Okay. They might have known, found out a little bit later, but at that moment, I don't believe that he was telling them the truth through that story that he told them, and basically persuaded them to, like, honest to God, believe the shit he was telling them, because he made this whole fabricated story up in his head. There's video of it. I mean, the man is a piece of garbage for doing this for Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose has this like weird power over people. They feel compelled to be there for her and help her and give her that alibi, be her ally. And you have to be very aware of people and their movements and their thought processes through things. You got to put yourself directly into their shoes, walk in their shoes, and think like them for a while to really truly try to get this and understand how sick they are. But at the same time, it's traumatizing yourself pretty much.
Or basically, Dr. Steele said that he wrote up about the DYPSY call with, and you know, that's just, he could be lying. Like, we're just trying to figure out who's lying. Is it the hospital or is it him? Or is it a connection of the two?
Okay. Because I'm like, I would think because my mom was so hesitant to go back to Dr. Flasherstein. And if Dr. Steele pulled me aside, that would have been something that she would have made comments about and really harped on. And I have no memory of that, you know? So I'm
You would remember.
right. Because it's like, I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I'm saying that if it
Right.
would have happened, I would remember it because my mom would have like said, "Oh, well, that was stupid," or "I don't trust him," or something like that. And I have no memory of her saying anything like that. I remember her saying that she thinks that he's the one that called, along with Dr. Flashenstein Dyson, but I don't remember anything about pulling me aside to talk to me privately.
Right. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So I would like to know, even for my own personal, mind, to know.
Which one? What do you mean, honey? Wait, they're trying. Oh, okay. You're going. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Who is it? The hospital or is it Dr. Steele? Who is it
I
that
think it's probably both.
maybe? I mean,
Right.
Dr. Steele was my doctor.
Yeah, you're
for a
right.
couple of
He
years.
did basically. He told you that he called. Like he was literally on camera saying that. So it's like, these people are like, how did they know to all work together? Pretty much. Like what is the core? What's the center? What's, you know what I mean? Like why and how did everyone just know to fucking be this a part of this big conspiracy? You know what I mean? It just feels like there has to be a nucleus to the cell. You know what the fuck? Like what the hell?
And then we switched to a different
Oh
doctor.
yeah,
and
duh,
a
I'm
lot
stupid. Money. Yeah.
of my doctors got switched to Kansas City, like pretty soon after 2007, which I think is whenever I saw Dr.
Oh, my
Flasherstein.
eyes get so dry, they hurt so much.
Because I had my neurologist up in Kansas City, dermatology, ophthalmology, pulmonology, every kind of ology.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your mom took you to over 100 doctor's appointments between 2007 and 2015. Over 100.
Wow.
Yeah, duh. Hello? She didn't know what was wrong with her. They were trying to figure it out. Then when they did, like, hello? Oh my God.
When counted and figured out like which, how many times you actually got to the hospital.
Wow.
Like that's I've been
Calls
in the
from a
last
correctional
5 years.
facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Well, I know that
In the last 5 years, I've been in the hospital 5 times.
right. I know that we
She's got a fucking microdeletion, you fuck. And she had like every symptom that came along with it. So, like, yeah, there was that many doctor appointments. You are a healthy person. Why would you have that many?
would spend a good month and a half in Kansas City at a time, and we would spend it at the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge, and at times at the Ronald McDonald House. And it kind of just depended on how many doctor's appointments I would have. And really, if anyone asks who was my doctor for my cancer, she had a name of a doctor, but I don't remember seeing that doctor. Now, what you would do is they have the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge needs a referral from a cancer doctor. So I was seeing an oncology dentist at UMKC in Kansas City, and she would get the receptionist to send a referral to the Hope Lodge, and they accepted it because it was an oncologist, a dental but it was still dental. It wasn't an oncology specialist, but they still accepted it, and that's how she went about doing that.
Got it. And then in terms of, this is maybe seem like a really obvious question, but when in the home movies, it's kind of you guys going to Disney World and her filming you as you kind of narrate, like, we're at this castle and we're doing this.
Yeah.
Did your mom like make you do that stuff, or is that something you like to do? It's kind of like your own travel channel, sort of.
Yeah, that was the happier times in my life. That was just my personality, we would watch movies together, and I always had a habit of being like over the top, and I would just narrate because it was fun, and that's just how I played around and stuff. So that was just me, having
That's
fun.
genuine, like having fun,
genuine.
right?
Right, that's just genuine fun. Those were simpler times that I had no idea that anything was going on. I had not a clue.
Can you, and like you can get back to me about this, but is there a moment that crystallized for you where you're like, oh, this is really not weird? Because you grew up that way, so everything was sort of normal because you didn't know it was abnormal. But like, do you remember a particular time where you're like, this is not safe for me. I don't feel safe.
Probably I would say after I ran away from home the first time, it started to become really clear because, my mom would hit me, and that was weird because she wouldn't hit me before that. So whenever I started rebelling, that seemed to be the point where she got physical, physically abusive, and she would, hit me with a coat hanger, or she would slap me, or, it was a different kind of punishment for what I had done. And she would go in my room and break all my things. So in 2011, all of the stuff in my room got smashed to bits. And through the years, I started,
That was probably you, bitch. Your mom didn't hit you. She didn't do anything to you. You ran away from home in 2011 because you found out you had a fucking microdeletion. Like, and you wanted to go be with your boyfriend. Going over there with all kinds of proof of your fucking age. Like, this is all fucking. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to process it so I can make, a legible statement. Because that's what I'm saying. I think Dee Dee was terrified of you because you're masking all the time. You're always somebody else. You're always somebody that the person that you're speaking to wants to speak to, basically, if that makes sense. I know it probably doesn't, but what I'm saying is that, like, she puts a mask on for everyone that she's talking to, so she becomes who you are expecting instead of who she really is. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where she fabricates some of the stories, because these stories, they just like come to her or something like that. I don't know, because that whole doctor story didn't even make fucking sense about the oncology dental, because you went to oncology dental because you had fucking leukemia and the radiation fucked with your fucking teeth. That's what happened. So you got to see oncology dental at that point. And then you were like, it just didn't make any fucking sense. Exactly. She projects everything else. Everything is everybody else's fault. She could never be to blame. She's just this poor, sweet, I need a lawyer fucking bitch, And then the lawyer that she gets, there's something weird there. Like I've been saying in all of my videos, trying to stress it, that Mike Stanfield had a client that was from Vigicon who was a registered sex offender at several different times. And Mike Stanfield was his lawyer. Classy, right? And I don't know how, but somehow Mike Stanfield heard about Gypsy, and Gypsy must have been like on the run with Nick at that time. And I thought at that time they didn't know whether she was kidnapped but then they saw the messages on Facebook, I think, because the day that she got arrested is when Mike Stanfield became her public defender. Now, mind you, everywhere is always slow about getting you your public defender. You don't get one the day you're at court the first time. Hell no. And sometimes you wait long ass time to get one, and they just keep continuing your case and continuing your case and continuing your case. That's how you get wrapped up in the system. Because while you're wrapped up in one thing, you become wrapped up in another thing. And then they catch you in this web of money. It's all about money. Cops like to tell you that they don't have no damn quota. Yeah, they do. Or at least the department I worked for did. So I didn't work there for very long, but what I'm saying is they definitely had a quota. Because I went from that to going to do autopsies instead. That was an easier thing for me.
She was like, I broke this. Now I have to freaking rebuy it. But you know, it was more of
Hi,
if
Leland.
I just did as I was told and behaved in a manner that was approved by her, then everything was fine. You know, we had a happy life,
These
but that started
squirrels.
to crack whenever I realized that, you know, whenever I asked her, take me to physical therapy,
Oh,
you know,
Sizzle,
I
thank you
can
for
tell
being
people
here
I
as
can
a mod.
walk.
I
You
love
know,
you, dear, so
it might
much.
be a shock to them, but it's okay. They'll understand. And she's like, you know, some things are forgivable, but this is not. And
What is not forgivable?
telling people I can walk, you know, just
Why?
coming out, it wasn't forgivable. And I mean,
Wait a minute. I'm gonna back up a little bit here and hear that.
you know, my mom would hit me,
Oh, damn,
and
it's too
that
far,
was
son
weird
of a
because she
bitch.
wouldn't hit me before that. So whenever I started rebelling, that seemed to be the point where she got
Yep.
physical, physically abusive. And
Proud of your total, or can I call you Nutmeg? Let me know. But yeah, you're totally right. That's what I mean too. Like she changes her entire. It's almost like if she could shapeshift into these people, she would turn into them. You know.
she would, you know, hit me with a coat hanger, or she would slap me, or, you know, it was a different kind of punishment for what I had done. And she would go in my room and
Right.
break all my things. So in 2011, all of the stuff in my room got smashed to bits.
It
And
got smashed to bits because you were probably pissed you found out you had a micro deletion.
through the years, I started, you know, she was like, I broke this. Now I have to freaking rebuy it. But you know, it was more of
Okay,
if
cool.
I just did as I was told and behaved in a
Ruby,
manner
sound like
that
what, honey?
was approved by her, then everything was fine. You know, we had a happy life, but that started to crack whenever I realized that, you know, whenever I asked her, take me to physical therapy, you know, I can tell people I can walk, you know, it might be a shock to them, but it's okay, they'll understand. And she's like, you know, some things are forgivable, but this is not. And
What is not forgivable?
telling people I can walk, you know, just
Why?
coming out, it wasn't forgivable. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, but not even Mike knows this, and my dad doesn't know this. Christy doesn't know this. She had something on me, and I tried to run away for a second time after. And we were in our house. She found my bag, and we had a BB gun on the kitchen table. And she had the bag in her hand, and she was walking towards me, and I was afraid. I was afraid she was gonna start beating me again. So I picked up the BB gun and I threatened her with it. And I never was gonna shoot her or anything. It was just
You have 1 minute left.
I kept telling her, you know, please just let me go. Please just let me go. And she was like, no, I'm not letting you go. And she talked me down, and I put down the gun. And then she told me that if I ever tried to run away again, that she'd call the cops and tell them that I attempted to murder her. So
But it was a BB gun. But I mean, yeah, it's dangerous. But like, so basically, you thought that was as bad as a gun.
right, I just, I mean, I was scared. She was like, "You're gonna go to jail," and for the next couple of years after that, it was like something she held over me. So
Yeah.
it was like, if you run away, I'm gonna go to the cops, and you're gonna go down for attempted murder. So I mean, that's another reason why I just did as I was told. So, and that's something that not even Mike knows.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye. Hello, this is a free call from
This is
an
crazy.
offender at the Chillicothe
I got
Correctional Center.
This
I'm
call is from a
processing
correctional
it,
facility
guys.
and may be monitored and
I'm reading the
recorded.
To accept
comments and
this
I'm
free call, press
processing.
1. To refuse this
Forgive
free
me
call,
if I'm
press
not
2.
talking
If you
yet.
would like, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Miss Erin. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. The money was put on there, so I'm able to make a call.
Amazing. How much does a call cost about?
Okay, so it's 5 cents a minute. So like a 15-minute call would cost, I'd say like 75 cents or something. But unlike county or unlike Vandalia, it doesn't cut off.
Yeah, Leland, you got something right there. I could picture her doing that too. I could. I know, Nutmeg, you're right. Wow, a mother not wanting her kid to be a loose floozy? Weird. Never heard of that before. I roll. Right. Right. I'm just like, I'm sitting here, like I said, I'm processing this because you got to think that this is stuff that Gypsy Rose and Ken and all them, they never thought would come out. And this is stuff that, yeah, she's lied about. But now we have literal proof, like right here, that you are a fucking liar and this is for sure. You know what I mean? And so it's like, after this is why I said after this, I hope there's a huge shift in how things are going with her and this whole social media thing and everything, just everything. You have been grifting off of your just the ability to come up with a plan to kill your own mother just disgusts me and baffles me anyway. But then to find out all of this side bullshit is just like I can't even believe that I exist on the same planet with somebody like this. You know what I mean? It's just like it seems dystopian. It seems like yeah, we could alleyway. You're right. It could be just it would fill all of the pages. You know what I mean? It'd probably be a fucking thick ass book just of lie after lie after lie and contradiction after contradiction. And the victim here isn't with us anymore, but yet your ability to like exist like you're this public figure that everyone should adorn and love is just like so ridiculous to me. She's ridiculous. I would never. The shame I would. That's the thing is she doesn't have any shame, because the shame that I would feel being like she is after that kind of a crime. I mean, I would be trying to dig myself under the jail if I did something like that. That's like the guilt would kill me. But yet she doesn't feel any of that. And it's like, wow. She is straight up evil for real. Oh, and again, if anybody else is interested in becoming a mod, applications are no, I'm just kidding. Let a bitch know, pretty much.
After 15 minutes, so I kind of lose
Nice.
track of time.
Nice. How was your weekend? You had some time off, right?
Yeah, I got my days off. It was good. I went to Zumba, and my abs hurt so bad. I was kind of bad at
Okay,
it, but I think
I'll
I'm
do
starting
it.
to get the hang of it. It was fun though, because I have a friend. It was like a partner thing where you bring your best friend or whatever, and you do exercises together. So me and
Awesome.
her were doing different exercises, and then the next class was Zumba. So we stayed
There you
for
go.
that, So I'm like, and I'm at my goal weight, which in county, I ballooned up to 114
Did you
pounds,
change it?
which is
Mhm.
like really heavy for me. And
Oh.
then whenever I finally got here and started exercising and eating better food, I'm at my goal weight, which is 105. So
But you're
Jeez.
so skinny. Like that's so. When I saw you, you were around like whatever that weight was, but you looked healthy,
yeah,
right? Or just it
yeah.
was too much for you?
I think it was a little too much for me because I had started to get like a pooch in the belly. Yeah.
That's so funny.
But as I started, moving around, because in county all I did was sleep, or we didn't have any exercise, and whenever we went out to the day room, you have to sit down, so there was no movement.
Right.
So finally, as I evened out, and I'm at a normal weight for me now.
Good.
Yeah. But,
Who is your friend that you're getting along with?
her name's Rachel President.
Nice.
She came from Greene County too. We rode the prison bus together, and she had heard about my story and read about me in the paper. And she introduced herself. She's like, it's not fair that I know your name but you don't know mine. And she told me her
Right.
name, and we started talking, and we made friends. And
Yeah. So Leland says, I bet Gypsy looked up the shelter nearby to try to find the name of one to solidify her story to Nick's parents that her mom actually kicked her out, so she needed him to come and get her, and that's why it was in the search history. That's a good theory, really, truly. And I could see it being what actually happened, honestly. I mean, it's either that or Dee Dee was looking up something, but I don't know. It's crazy to hear that Dee Dee was holding that over her head, apparently. And she can't deny that she says she knew it was a BB gun, right? I mean, right here she's saying she knew it was a BB gun. And at one point she said she didn't know it was a BB gun. So I don't know. Like, what the hell? That's a crazy, like, it's crazy to think that you would even pick it up and do something like that, whether it's real or fucking not, man. And that's probably you in your rage. Your mom was probably scared of you because every story you tell has a lie in it somewhere. So we got to pick and like dig through garbage to find it. Yeah, there was black bags all over. Like, it looked like somebody was packing some shit up in there. It did. Yeah.
she's kind of been the one that I've been able to talk to if my feelings are, I'm having
Oh,
a hard
yeah, I
day,
know.
or I'm kind of down or
She
something.
wasn't really a troubled teen. She was just with that microdeletion, there comes hypersexuality. And if she did suffer from like schizophrenia, which is also something that is caused from the microdeletion, at least it says 0.2 to 0.8% of people with the microdeletion would be schizophrenic. And Gypsy Rose, I believe, is one of them because um of her certain actions, certain things she says, and then her sociopathy along with that just has created this fucking little tiny demon in my eyes. And I believe like a lot of the stories where she might say that Dee Dee hurt her was actually what she did to her mom. Cause she'll do that. Like she'll say that it was actually the other person, the other way around somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was lying about her age to Nick's parents. Oh, damn work.
Need someone to talk to,
Right.
so she's there for me.
That's good. And it's like you're like, with a friend and you're exercising.
Well,
It's like sort of these aspects of normalcy.
Right. Yeah. And she's given me a couple pen pals and friends to call on the outside. So it's like she's like, if you need anybody to Google anything for you, call my friend Chris or whatever, and he'll Google it for you. So she has contacts, so I can access.
You can always ask me to Google stuff too.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, she's
I'm
probably like,
Google
what the
all day
fuck?
Awesome. I was upset that our phone call got cut short in the middle of such a kind of a high, not high stress, but deep conversation.
Emotional.
Yeah, deep conversation. But did you think of any other questions that you might need?
Well, I always.
Damn, she was looking up Rohypnol. And yeah, so who's drugging who now, right? That's so true. That's fucked up. Man, it's like I feel like I find out new shit every single day about this shit. It's wild. They said that her doc screen was clear, like she didn't have anything in her system. That's just what I heard. I mean, I don't know if that's completely true or not, to be honest. Damn. That's crazy. That is wild. So that that would, I mean, I wonder if she got it so that he could like unalive her easier, but I don't believe that he was the one that actually unalived her, to be honest with you. I really don't. Yes, and that's why I'm bringing that up. Yeah, because I mean, damn, could you imagine if a taser killed you? Like how strong that would have to be. I mean, I suppose they can. Obviously, it would like mess with your heart or whatever. And my mom kept me zombified and drugged with a mixture of Risperdal, Prozac, Effexor, and Paxil. Damn. Why all of those like that? Misbehaving says that is true, but they typically do not look for that type of stuff. Oh yeah, that's true. Unless there's sus. Otherwise, and unfortunately, it has been too long to test the tissue. Um, yeah, I mean, it has been a long time. You can't test the tissue now. I don't think. I don't think there would even be anywhere they could do it from, really, anymore. You know what I mean? Because like, I used to help with autopsies, and you know, having to go through the process of being approved to even get to what is that word, exhume a body. I mean, that's a heavy process, and that would be just, now it would be just too much to even do it because it's already case done and over with, so we'll never truly really know the truth, I guess. But because there are a lot of things, unless they want a full report, that they will just skim over and not even do the test for. You know what I mean? Because there's some things you have to have a specific one for. Oh God, duh, I forgot she got cremated. You're right. Oh, I'm stupid right now. Well, I mean, right now. What am I saying? I'm glad that you guys love me though. So there's that.
I always have questions. So like, hey, Gary, the dog's barking. There's a fly in the room. He says hi. He's a Jack Russell. He's very old.
Oh,
Gypsy says hi. Will you chill out?
poor doggy knows.
And so basically, like, why did you guys
The
have
crazy
a BB gun
bitch
in
on the
house? Like, what was
phone.
it used for? And so because I remember you were telling me and that basically she was starting like
Yeah,
physically when you first started
overload of
running away, which the
information
behavior
giving me a
changed.
headache.
Right.
And she began to implement physical punishment. And so why did she have the BB gun in the house? Like, what was the reason for having it?
The BB gun was just mainly for protection's sake. A lot of our neighbors were concerned about us just being alone, not having a man in the house to protect us. So they talked her into, buying a BB gun for protection. And at Walmart, the BB guns that they have, they look like a real gun.
Right.
But they are just a BB gun. And
Right.
so we had it, and she was doing some target practice one night, and she set it on the table. And then whenever we began to argue, and she found my bag that I was going to run away, she took a step toward me, and I was afraid that she was going to hit me. And
Mhm.
you know, it was just a threat. I never would have pulled the trigger or anything on her, but
Right.
I know that it really hurt her feelings that I threatened her, and
Mhm.
I felt so horrible about it
Help me.
afterwards. You know, I broke down crying. I'm like, I'm so sorry, and I won't ever do that again. And, you know, I just basically fell back into I'm gonna do whatever it is you ask.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was just gonna
Me to
say.
do.
The
You know,
story has
listen, I'm gonna be a
changed
good girl.
again.
I won't try and run away again. You know, things like that. And
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
anytime I
over 10 times.
started to show more adult behavior or thinking like an adult or thinking of running away or anything, she would threaten me
30?
with, you know, you tried to kill me, you know, and I'm going to call the police and get you arrested for attempted
Was
murder.
it over 30?
So that was
So what would happen? Like, what would happen after she would be? And if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. But like, after she would be physically abusive, like, would she act soft afterwards, or like, you know, try to like, you know, what was?
Wow.
How did she sort of talk to you about why she was hitting you?
basically after say if I said something wrong and she would hit me, it would be
Oh,
that
yeah,
she'd go in my
okay. But
room and smash my things, or you know, she'd say different things to me like you're a slut, you're evil, I should have had an abortion when I had the chance. You know,
oh,
it was really taking cheap shots at me. And
Right.
then afterwards of me submitting and, you know, basically begging her to not, you know, be that way, you know, don't act that way
yeah, you probably
towards
could go
me
back to the
because it,
Facebook and find it still. I know that a lot of it's still there. Even the nasty one, isn't it? Not the pig one, but the that bitch is dead one is still there, I think. Isn't it? I could be mistaken, but I thought it was still there. Yeah, yes, it is. That's what I thought. It's crazy, like just leave that up. Like it's just this whole case is so odd, and how it was all played out is just so different than what I studied when I went to school. Like when I went to school, this is like everything thing that shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? I know. Wouldn't that be nice to it be vacated? Yeah, I've heard that there was some witchcraft going on. I don't know if it was Dee Dee or Gypsy, but I haven't looked into it. Oh, I'm sorry, you're working. Or you're working on it. Good. You know, I want some kind of actual accountability to be taken. But then again, like I guess a sociopath, you can kind of punish them over and over and over again. They're just never gonna give a shit. They're gonna just be themselves. And as sick as that is, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Like a sociopath is kind of like a PDF file. Like they just never get well. That's one thing we learned in school is that like there's some criminals that just never are capable of getting well. And at a certain point, law enforcement just kind of gets used to that. And so they treat that person accordingly. You know what I mean? And I believe that, where was I going with that? Damn it. I hate that. I lose a thought in my freaking brain. It was a good one too. Anyways, now I'm pissed.
didn't used to be that way. And so I mean, a week would go by and she wouldn't speak to me. She wouldn't cook. I didn't know how to cook, so basically I would try to find things in the pantry to snack on that didn't involve cooking. So it was a really hard time because
Mhm.
her body would just shut down. It's like her
Oh
whole
yeah,
depression would
disbarred
kick
for
in,
sure.
and then she would make me feel
For
guilty about it.
sure.
What do you think she was depressed about?
Having
I
a
think it was
daughter
just the
like
whole
Gypsy.
situation of us fighting and us arguing. I know that she had mental issues and she struggled with depression, but she wasn't on medication for it. And I would try and cheer her up, and I would go back into that mindset of, I'm your baby girl. I love you. I'll cheer you up. I know I did wrong, but I'll do better next time.
Do you think that she was manipulating you, or do you think that her depression and her sort of mental issues were real, or could it be both?
I think it's both. I think she would do things like, for example, all right, this is after we met Nick at the movie theater, and I had talked him into calling her and being like, I really enjoyed meeting y'all, trying to get them both acquainted. And she was like, she had bought this Barbie doll for me, and she
Yes.
was like, I want you to call
Nutmeg.
him
Yeah.
and tell him you want.
Dee Dee has not had any justice, and her killer is out here destroying her legacy. Exactly. And that's the sick part that I hate. And then also her having a child now. Like, this poor innocent baby doesn't even know the half of what they're going to have to deal with. You know what I mean? I just feel so awful for Aurora. Yeah, and she said she wasn't allowed to play with Barbies, and there's Barbies in her fucking room. I listened to the one audio today of her telling Ken, it's actually in my next video, that she was drinking bottles up until she went to prison, and he's like, wow. He sounds like such a dork on the phone. It is wild, and that's because sociopaths a lot of times like to be just pathological liars, just add sauce or add a little spice to the story or whatever, or to the narrative, I should say. Yeah, right. I think the whole age thing, she messed up on her own because she was always wanting to infantilize herself, like especially for the guys at VisionCon, and even for Nick, and she wanted his parents to think she was younger, and I don't understand really why. Um, so it was pretty much her that was infantilizing herself and fucking with her own age, and I think she confused her damn self. Hi, Shorty Pie. Oh, I missed you. Good to see you too. Oh, it's so nice to see you, honey. She lies like she breathes without thought and without remorse. Fucking A right, man. Fucking A. Bitch.
Nothing to do with him. And afterwards, she really sort of manipulated me into doing that. So I did that. And afterwards, she gave me the Barbie doll. So it's like she already knew that I'd cave in and give in to what she wanted. So she already had a reward for me.
Right.
So I think, really, I don't think that she ever thought that I would stand firm on, something that I wanted.
But with you getting older, what was her plan, or do you think she didn't have one for like how you guys would continue to live together?
I think her plan was just that our lives can continue like it did whenever I was younger, and things were simpler, and I didn't know much back then. Where it was like, she took care of me, and I took care of her, and we would just stay in our little house, watch movies, we would do fun things together, and our life was like almost a fairy tale because we would
The
go to
dog's trying to tell you, girl, you be talking to a demon. Get off the phone.
Disney World. She was like the perfect mom in my eyes, and all that.
Shorty says, y'all, I heard the call where she was begging Brian to be her dom. I thought she said that Nick made her play the role. Bree even stated that all her lies are coming out. Exactly. Exactly. Nutmeg says, I can't keep up with all the dudes that are coming out of the woodworks. I haven't even heard of this Brian guy. Oh, yeah, Brian. Yeah. I think Brian was in between Ken and Ryan or right before both of them. I can't remember which. Um, and there was all kinds of weird talk with him on the phone about Dom and what do you call it? No, not slave. What is it called? Damn it, you know what I'm saying. There's a Jeff dude too. Yeah, there was her begging Ryan to let her, or that she was deciding to be with Jeff or something like that, and then she had second thoughts about it. Yes, submissive. That's the word I was thinking of. Thank you so much. And what I would I don't know what I would do without you guys is what I'm trying to say. You know, you guys help me out so much. Even with my own mentals, like hanging out with you guys and talking like this, having a good time. Um, I love it. I really do. Thank you for being here with me. Truly.
It gradually changed, but
Truly, madly, deeply do. I can't say truly without thinking of that damn song. When, oh my God, sorry.
understanding more of that this is not normal.
Oh yes, Sebastian too. Yep, you're right.
It's not normal. I mean, like, it was like
You're
not
very
normal.
right.
You never were allowed to have friends.
Right.
Like, that was
Damn.
the thing. It was like you know, it got to a certain point where it's the overprotectiveness just didn't make any
Ooh,
sense.
you know all about
Right. Because
Sebastian.
I'm like, lots of other girls my age can have a computer and it's no big deal. Not,
Right.
why am I the only one that a Facebook account is so forbidden and, talking to other people is so forbidden? It became like.
Because of how you
something
were
that was kind of like a
talking with
crime,
people, it
and
wasn't.
that's just odd because even Mia has a Facebook.
It wasn't so much like, oh, God forbid I talk. Da, da, da. No, it's what you were doing. Like you were taking that extra mile, bitch. Okay, it was okay to go on there, but you was going all out with it.
And she's 15.
Right. Right.
Oh, he
And
was?
now,
Oh,
and it
he
was
was
like, now
before
thinking
Nick,
about it,
huh?
it's basically she didn't trust you with
Right.
the information that you could walk.
Right. Now I see that's what it was about. Because at first she would tell me, the internet is dangerous, and there are lots of pedophiles out there and lots of bad people out
Yeah,
there.
you're one of
But
them.
the people that I would talk to is like Aaliyah, and yeah, I guess it's
This call is
bad.
from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
I guess that there's bad people because that is where I met Nick. But beside the point.
Mm-hmm. Right. Did you ever meet anybody else that was nice, or was most of the internet stuff solely like focusing around Nick?
I met nice people. Talking on.
Oh yeah, go
Facebook,
follow
and,
Leland.
I would go on the different little.
I have for a while.
For like different TV shows that I liked or something, and talk
Right.
to people that like similar interests as
I
me.
should go get her
And they were
link.
nice. But the majority I would talk to Nick. So I didn't talk to anybody else besides Nick.
And who was Allie?
That is Nick's best friend.
Allie.
How were they friends?
Oh yes, Richard. Yep.
Well,
Richard was pre.
I had asked Nick.
Yeah,
that,
you're right.
And,
Richard was the one.
That she was his female best friend.
Richard was the one that Mike Stanfield was a lawyer for, and Richard is the one that has all the SA charges on him. Sorry. The amount of effort all her triangulation takes. She's got max skill points. Yeah. So she likes to have like a triangle of people, right? Like in her world of sexual gratification or whatever, I guess.
She lived like in the same town as he did. And then one day he just randomly asked me,
oh yeah, pre-prison.
it's gonna
That's
be a
what he
while
was.
until
Yeah.
you and I could be together. So is it okay if I have sex with Allie? And
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, no. I thought she was your best friend. That's weird. No. And he was like, well, I mean, it's not like she means anything to me, but I am a guy, and I'm like, yeah, but I have those same issues too, and I'm female, but I ain't going to have sex with just some random person.
Right.
But I don't really know. I mean, I think Nick was over sexualized, majorly.
Yeah, he never
Why do you
fucking
think
said
that is?
that.
I don't really know. I mean, he would tell me stories of his, high school days, and he told me he only had like one girlfriend, and the rest were online, and that he had only had sex probably about a couple of times with her. So he wasn't that active. But I'm not really sure.
What was his weird thing about capitalizing names?
That he was very big on respect, and like me, I'm not a good speller, and I'm not really good with grammar because I haven't been taught that. But he was really big on be sure to capitalize the first letter of his name. And I'm like, okay, is there any particular reason why?
What?
And he's like, well, it's a show of respect. It's a sign of respect, and he was really big on that. So.
What was it like for you when the police like basically started interviewing you in Wisconsin, like Detective Hancock? What was that experience like?
It was traumatic.
Open
honestly,
panel? What
because,
does that mean?
Nick had told me that
Like, so you could come on here with me? Is that what you mean, or?
if anybody came asking to tell them that mom kicked me out of the house
Hypocrite.
and that he was there
Or
to pick me up
hypocrite, I
from
mean.
Springfield and bring me back to
Hypocrite.
Wisconsin to live with him. So that was what I started to tell the detective.
I don't
Right.
agree either. I
And
don't think he
in all
was a
honesty,
con
Detective
artist
Hancock
at
was
all. I
playing
don't.
bad cop with me, and he was quite rough with his interview. And I
Something on my
cracked because he's like,
face.
well, why did you do this?
Hang on, guys. I'm gonna be
And
right
he
back. I
thought
gotta
that
go to the
I kicked him.
bathroom. I gotta
So
pee
I was
real
like,
bad too.
no, Nick did it. And,
Oh,
I panicked. I lied because I was scared. And,
Right.
I was like, I pretended like I didn't know about it because I was scared. I didn't realize how much trouble we were in. And it really set in whenever it was in paper, first degree murder.
And it just hadn't been something you'd really thought about.
Right. It was a thought. It's like it wasn't even real. And I was still in shock months later because I'm like, this isn't happening. This is not real. It's just a thought. This can't be happening.
Because Mike and I have talked before, and it's like called reality testing, and because of what was going on with you, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it at length, but like you weren't able to really decipher between reality and what was like sort of imagined.
Right.
Does that feel correct to you?
It does because Nick and I it's like our relationship borderlined on reality and fantasy. It's like we would talk and about his multiple personalities, and a great deal of our conversations was dealing with those multiple personalities. So reality and fantasy or imaginary was really blended. So whenever we're talking about this plan, it seemed imaginary to me. It didn't seem like a reality.
And so Detective Hancock, you felt was intense. So like, do you think that kind of was his job?
I know that it was his job, and I've seen CSI before, so it's like I understand. Well, even though those detectives are quite nice, but I understand that it's their job, and I'm on this side of the law, they're on that side of the law, and they're just trying to figure out what happened. And it's not easy whenever someone's lying to them, and they have to go and dig to find the truth.
Yeah.
So I understand why he had to be rough with me, but Nick had a female interview him, and I guess she played the good cop, and she was all relaxed with him, and tell me everything, it'll be all right, this kind of stuff. I wish I would have had that, because I probably would have been more easier to tell the truth if I had someone more calmer talking to me.
Right.
Because
it was like this man that you'd never met before. That was kind of scary.
Right.
I mean, it's almost like I've seen the Nick interrogation. It's like he's almost like kind of like he doesn't have really the IQ to like lie. He just starts off with the story, but then he just kind of like very matter of factly talks about it in a very strange way, like not remorseful, not with emotion.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know that like talking to him while we were incarcerated, never once did he say, I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for what I did to you, to your mom. Never did he ever take responsibility or show any sign of remorse.
So do you think he could have potentially done this to other people?
I really think he could have. And I think that I think what pulled him over the edge was his desire to possess me. And I don't think he didn't have a goal before. Before it was just, my ex cheated on me, I'm going to kill her, or something like that. But this time he had a goal in mind.
Right.
But
Do you think he is mentally ill?
I think he has problems. I haven't done any research on people with Asperger's syndrome, but I know that in some cases, mental disease has been linked to having homicidal thoughts and more violent behavior. But I really do think that he has something wrong with him. But I think that at the same time, there is a darkness inside of him that he just can't shake. And to be honest, I think he loves it. I think he loves being evil and bad.
Yeah.
I think he thinks it's cool or manly.
Right.
Because that's something he said in his interview, is that, he's waited 26 years to kill somebody, and I don't think Gypsy thought that I'd really do it. And I think he really was, bragging about it.
Like, everyone always kind of looks him over and, is never focused on him. So it's, a way that he was able to, assert his masculinity.
Right.
But it's just, it's not the way to do it, yeah.
No. I mean, his personality, I think that I don't know if he just never has been taught how to behave like a man, or a man should, but I think he's got a lot of insecurity issues, and, I mean, he's got insecurity issues with, his size, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that's his sexual frustration is a lot where it comes from, too.
Right. I mean, that must be really, he's, unable to vocalize that fear, so he has to be this aggressive dom who, orders people around, and draws up ownership papers, when, sex should be, fairly, innocuous, doesn't come with all these different bells and whistles.
Right. And, yeah, I never really was into the whole BDSM thing. I was just doing it because it's something that he really wanted, and I wanted to make him happy.
Yep. And so is there an update with classes in you, or are you expecting that it will still take a while?
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting patiently.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, it's just their system, and they have a list, and I think what they're doing is some people are doing drug treatment, and they're only going to be here for a couple months, 6 months or something. So they're trying to get the ones that have a lesser sentence, only a few months to do, into classes so they can get their GED. And then they put in the people that have more time to do. So, and obviously it has some time to do, so.
But how long have they put forth an estimate about when that would be, another 6 months?
I'm not sure. What I'm going to do is go to the caseworker, and I can ask that question to know how long it's going to be, because once they put me in classes, my work schedule will change. Instead of coming in to work at 2 o'clock, I'll come in at 4. So I'll be getting 2 hours of school and 4 hours of work.
Yeah, because I don't want them to just use you for work. It's about getting an education. It's been something you've lacked your whole life.
I know, but at least I get paid for the work that I do. It's not a lot. I get paid $750 a month, and so I mean, it's just, I guess, to give back and show people the prisons that I am capable of working and holding a job on the outside. But I have signed up for classes such as, ICBC, which is Victims Impact. So they have different victims come in and talk and different things like that. I'm going to see if I can get into that puppy program, so I can do that.
Yeah,
I want that. For parole. And
I want to see pictures of that.
I know. They have beautiful dogs here. They have huskies. I love huskies.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's all things I want to do, but all things that I think take time.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, I respect that because basically Chillicothe has their own way of doing things. I just from one person, it's just I think it's really important. As you know, to your future, and it's just about basically you having other things to think about, what in your brain during the day, what are things that you can sort of have in your imagination that will keep you happier. Yeah. I
usually just go out to the yard, and I take my CD player with me, and sometimes I just like to be alone and have peaceful time where I can just soak it all in. And in a sense, I think about that, yes, I am in prison, but this is a lot of freedom that is new to me, and it's a lot of freedom that I like. And it's sort of the waiting room to the doctor's appointment in a metaphor, and the doctor's appointment meaning, going home. So I'm kind of in a waiting room right now of, going home, but it is like almost there. I still got some years, but it's almost there. I
Right.
walked out of the Wisconsin jail door. I walked out of the Greene County jail door, and I'm gonna walk out of these prison doors.
Definitely.
And it's gonna be the last doors that I walk out of in a type of struggle. So.
Most definitely.
I do find peace here. I do find I'm finding myself. I'm finding my voice. I just stuck up for a friend yesterday because they were all calling her a snitch and stuff. And I'm like, she's not a snitch. And if you want her to say things like that, will you show me the paperwork?
Yeah.
So I'm like starting to find myself, and I'm starting to realize that even though I am shorter, people
Sorry.
say about being smaller and having a higher pitched voice. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter because I am me, and that makes me me. So.
And you're very tough, as your life has showed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, do you have any other questions?
Well, I just think that I'll probably always have a couple of questions. Do you? How about you want to just chat in a couple of days?
Okay, that sounds good. You think of some more
wonderful.
questions, and I'll call back in a couple days. Maybe I'll have something new to talk about.
I would love that. Thanks so much for calling, Gypsy.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, you guys. It took me a minute to go to the bathroom. I apologize. Yeah, I've been wondering who them people are that have the account for NPG or whatever it is. But you're saying that here. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Now I lost the dang comments. What am I doing? Yeah, I was reading through some of the papers about that. It's wild. Sorry, I'm reading your comments. No, I haven't seen much from Nick's side of the case yet. It's a lot harder to find. I started deep diving into MBG, and for some reason, one fucking name kept coming up. I was floored. Who was it? Yeah, with all the information, gosh, the stuff that you must have. I would love it if you want to send it to me, but or if you want help with the video about it all, I can help you with that. Your Ryan video? Yeah, what are you looking for with the Ryan video? Again, I'm sorry, I don't remember if you told me, dang it. You're Ryan. I know you were telling me something about a Ryan video the last time. That's why I'm saying, did I forget? So this is the end of this one. So let's go back. There's so many. We could be here all night long. Oh, I should subscribe. Subscribe. Here we go. I know. And then it's like, I hate when I'm listening to somebody that, just despises me, like Quirky Love Rose does and Gypsy Rose does. The Roses. It's hard to remember, like, when you're watching a channel that covers them to like the video because you're so pissed off at the person they're talking about. Oh, you have to keep it under wraps. Okay, that's right. I forgot you said that. Well, let us know, bitch, when you can share the tea. I'm sure you will. So, because whenever I have tea, I'm so excited to talk about it that I can't even stand it. But I never really have like tea. I mean, I'll have tea, but someone's already talked about it usually. Should we have another Gypsy Aaron one or Gypsy Christie? Yeah, I was gonna say, look on the Snark page on the Reddit. They are awesome with the stuff that they post on there. So I find some gems. But actually, yesterday in the whole fucking Gypsy Rose and Ken phone sex thing wasn't cool. It just wasn't cool. Traumatized. Ugh. I mean, I, of course, didn't listen to the whole thing. I got through the first few seconds of it, and I was just like, "What is going on?" No, you. BuzzFeed, maybe. Hi, Morbid Sparrow. How are you? Oh, you're banned from Reddit. Oh, okay. Well, I'll look for it then. And Alleyway said she would look for it too. So I'm all right. I got some swelling in my feet right now that's pissing me off, but that's about it. So I don't know which one to do. Hmm. So Gypsy and Mike. Hmm. Let's see. What? Because you asked him if he did Yo Mama jokes. Oh my god. That's too funny with Gypsy.
Hello, this is a free call from an offender at the Women's Reception and Diagnostic Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing really good. Did you get my letter?
I did not. I actually just went through all my mail looking for it, so that's why I'm glad you're calling me.
Oh, okay. Well, it was just about Erin Lecar had asked me to write you a letter that says that I want you to give her access to my discovery.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I need to know is that you're okay with that.
Yeah, I had talked it over with Mom and Dad and her, and I had asked her, I'm like, is it necessary? And she said, to tell the whole story in its entirety, it is necessary. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and okay it.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's all I needed. So that way I can Allison's gonna be here tomorrow night, and then Wednesday she can get whatever she
Mike
needs.
Stanfield and Gypsy.
We're good to go then.
Good.
So you're doing good?
I am. Prison is not as bad as I thought. I got a nice good tan now, and I'm just overall very much happier.
Yeah.
It's prison, but it's a lot more freedom than I had at home.
Right.
So
Well,
the next step is going home. So.
right. Exactly.
And it's all thanks to you. You should be really, really proud of yourself for the job that you did.
Well, ultimately, the outcome is, it'll all be worth it when you finally get home. So
yeah.
That's the main thing. But I'm glad that it worked out to where, you do have some time, but ultimately in a fairly short amount of time, you'll be home away from there. But
yeah, I got my board date back.
Okay.
When I go see the board for the first time, December 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can't keep me past June of 2025. That's my max date.
December 2021. So that's right. I guess that would be right. Because it'd be 8.5. So that should only be a 1.5 year difference between the two.
Yeah.
2021. What is it? Hold on. I'm just doing mental math, which takes me. So they're saying 5 years from now.
Yeah.
5 years and 3 months. 5 years and 4 months.
I think so. Yeah. Now, of course, I don't know how this works because I'm new at it, but they if I see the board for the first time, I won't be out. I won't be in my 85% mark yet, right?
Right. That's correct.
Right. And I have to do that 85%.
Okay. So they could parole you December 20th, 21, but that doesn't mean you'll be released at that point. You wouldn't be released until you hit that magic number. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm
But
like,
still,
I
I
don't
mean,
know how this works.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Mhm.
But well, I mean, like I said, it sounds like a long time, but I mean, I've been doing this job for 9 years. A month from now, I've been here for 9 years. So, and I can still remember my first day here. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it goes by really fast.
time is flying by so much faster than county. Like, I've already been here 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Longer, I don't know. But it just.
The county's terrible. Not being able to go outside or.
Yeah, this is much, much better. And
Yeah.
so I've been able to make friends. And.
Ooh, Morbid Sparrow. I'll have to add you on Discord there. Because I'm on there. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to work Discord enough to do it for my channel. I want to, though. Okay, misbehaving. But I can't wait to see your video when you're done. Really, I can't. I'm excited for it to see what you've got going on with all of this, because I'm telling you, if it's worse than all of this that's come out, I don't know what I'm gonna do, though. I'm sorry. This bitch, I've been talking about her. Like, I started to feel weird about her, like, shortly after she got released. I sort of felt weird about the whole situation, though, the whole time, knowing the case and stuff, even while she was locked up. It just didn't sound right, you know? And then, I mean, obviously it didn't sound right. But then, like, everyone was all for her getting out and yada, yada, yada. And I don't know. It still kind of felt weird, though. And then, as soon as she got out and all of the fucking antics started, I was just like, yeah, I fucking knew it. And then that's when I was like, yeah, I'm going to start talking about her a little bit. And it wasn't like I started off with like full hate. It was just like, kind of what's going on with this bitch. And then it just kept that snowball that he was talking about in the damn interrogation. That's it. It's just going like a snowball. Yeah, the the D is fire. Come to find out, it was definitely not fire then. It wasn't fire, I guess.
Friends, and at first, when I got into general population, a lot of people
You know
on my
what, though?
unit knew of my story.
I would like to go back. I'm sorry. I know we were just listening to this, but like 2 hours ago. So a lot of these up here were just recently posted. And I really want to check them out. Ooh, a Gypsy and Mike one. Wait, this was posted 2 hours ago? Oh my God. The D was
Hello,
fired.
this is a free call from
That's awesome.
an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. If you would like, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Mom told me that you wanted to talk to me, so I called.
Oh, yeah. I'm still sitting at work, plugging away. It's 7:08.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a little rough. I got a new job, which is better. I'm out of the kitchen, and now I'm working dorm tending, and it's a lot easier work.
What is dorm tending?
It's like, okay, so there's 4 wings on a house, and I'm on 8 wings, and we're like basically between. We mop, we wipe down the tables, things like that.
Okay. Cool.
And in the kitchen, they were riding our asses so bad. It was way too much for me. And I looked at them, I'm like, I'm short. Working in the kitchen is a little bit difficult, but I'll tackle the work. And they're like, well, if you can't do the work, then that's refusing to work. And I said, no, I want to work. I just want you to put me somewhere where it's not such a big strain on my body, because whenever I'm coming home, I'm sick, I'm throwing up,
Yeah.
I can't take it. So
yeah.
I I stayed in there for like 45 days, and now I'm on a new job, which is much better.
Good.
Oh,
Everything else going okay?
Morbid Sparrow, that
Good.
would
I
be
like Philly a
wonderful
lot better.
if you would help me with the Discord. Because I wanted to set it up so that the second, or no, yeah, set it up. I'm all of my member tiers or whatever to be able to get in the Discord with us so that we can have like the different channels and stuff like that. But I don't know how to do it. So if you can help me, that would be great. Yeah, I thought so too. Nutmeg, and that's what you were saying too. More or not Morbid Sparrow, but Misbehaving, that she did want the house. I believe that 100% too. And she thought she would get it. Yeah, exactly. She thought that Nick was going to take the fall and she'd get the house, and her and homeless Dan could ride out. Yep. And Dan thought that he was going to get inheritance from his girl. Were they married though? I can't remember. They would have to be. They would have to be to get the inheritance, right? Okay, cool, Morbid. Thank you so much. I don't know. I'll compensate you somehow. Like I make monies like every other month. I wanted to be able to do something special for my mods too one day. Like I want to be able to set up a Facebook like group message type thing for all the mods or something so that we can all talk or whatever. And then what other stuff is there? The Discord channels, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan has turned out to be quite the fucking weirdo in these fucking calls too.
It's
Like
a lot more freedom here. They still haven't put me
I'm
in
just
school yet.
so stunned.
I'm mad about it because I'm like,
I don't
all
even
right,
know
I
what to
did
say.
my part, asking them to put me in CED classes, put me in ICDC, put me in all these classes. Now they just need to put me in on it.
Crazy.
Get this all going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk on camp about the percentages being dropped at the first of the year or something for first-time offenders on violent crimes.
Don't pay any attention to those idiots.
Okay.
They none of them have law degrees for a reason. No, it's okay.
You shouldn't
and
have
actually,
a
I've
law
heard
degree.
This one before from somebody else. That's not at all what's happening. They're confusing a couple of things, and one of the things that they're confusing.
Oops. What happened? What? What's his sound? Hello? Why is it not? What's going on?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, where is it? What's going on? What? That's crazy. Where did the sound go, motherfucker? Let's see. Excuse me. Oh, yes. Damn it. I just dropped my medicine bag all over the floor. Yeah, it must have been. Let's see. Gypsy and Christy. Gypsy and woman.
With no account required, you can now go to securistech.net and put money directly on an offender's trust account. Save on fees and deposit money today. Go to securistech.net. That's SECURUSTECH.net. Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey, baby.
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm hurting today.
Oh, I got a cold and a cough, so I've been
Oh,
packing up
baby.
alone for the past 3 days. I think I got like an hour of sleep today.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but I had the flu shot a few days
Nice.
ago, and every time I get the flu shot, a couple days later, I get sick. So I should have known it was
Yeah. Right. That's why we don't take it anymore
Mhm.
because we get sick. And I'm like, screw that. You're putting the virus in me to fight it off.
Right,
That's what that's about.
right.
I was on Facebook just now, and I was talking to your nanny, and I told her, I said, I'm on the phone with Gyps right now, and she said, tell her hi.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Well, tell her that I love her.
Okay, I'm saying it right now.
Thank you.
And I got a job change. I got in the mail today. So instead of working in the horrible kitchen, I now work on our wing as a dorm tender. So I help clean our wing. And
Oh, that's good. It's easier, huh?
it's easier. And like before, I
That
was
number's
at
always
work all
off.
the time, so I couldn't watch no TV shows that I liked or anything because I
Right.
right. And I did
Yeah,
job
because they
change.
had you working those long hours. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're very hard.
Chris says hello.
Because say if you get a violation, and say if you had another job, say dorm tending. And
Yeah,
you get a
maybe there
violation,
was
and you
something
go
they
in
didn't want
one,
us
which
to
is an
hear.
orange
That's
zone
what I was
for 10
wondering.
days. And they make you go back work at the kitchen because the kitchen is where they all put everybody when they first get here, and then they, if they want to get out of the kitchen, they find a different job. But
Right. I remember you telling me.
the breakfast shift has been very lazy, so they've been cracking down on every shift to clean better and everything.
Ouch.
Oh, and
Stupid bra.
they're just really hard on the girls because they don't get it. They don't have any sort of heart.
So how many dorms you clean? Just your,
I just clean a wing, which is my wing, and there's different
Okay.
girls that clean on their own wing, but there's like 3 girls besides me that clean the wing too, so we all work together.
Well,
I'm
that's good,
explaining
Nutmeg.
that to your nanny right now.
I'm glad
What
for
they do
you.
with Facebook and speakers, and you can
I get the
talk
seasonal
on speaker
vaccines too.
and,
I seem to do pretty
you know,
good,
tell them what's going on.
but I have to. What
And then,
what
I
I
know.
have.
On the 27th, I'm gonna be having some more pictures taken because I bought some more picture tickets. So I'm like,
I
I have to send pictures to different people like Nona and Tiffany and Nanny and everybody like that. So I'm like,
yeah, because I'm gonna make the picture that you sent to me. I'm gonna make copies
okay,
and give one to Mama Sharon, to Mama Minnie, Saint Celeste, Saint Keisha, and Cammy.
good.
You know, I did. You are going to be getting lots of letters.
Okay, good.
The people in that big group that has like 12,000 people in it, which at the beginning was a hate group.
Wow.
And somehow when they heard your story, it flipped.
Oh wow.
Like everybody's so sympathetic with you. There's 1 or 2 assholes that comment, but they had put your picture when you first got in there.
I hate
And I'm like, exactly. So I said, so I posted the one that you sent. I'm like, look, this is her, she don't really look, all greased back and with your hair. I said, this is her.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh my God, look how much she's changed.
Yeah.
She looks so healthy. Tell her we're praying for her. And then one stupid ass said, I don't think they should be having their own phones and taking selfies.
We don't have phones.
I know. I was like, and somebody was like, are you freaking serious? I told him, I said,
I know,
trust
Morbid,
if she
me
had her
too.
own cell phone and
Right.
she could take selfies, I'd be having more pictures than that.
Right, exactly.
You know? And then somebody said, do you realize that this is her relative that you're posting this on there? And she was
Right.
like, no, I wasn't aware.
She just had to make sure to get Dee Dee out of the way because she wanted to do her thing and Dee Dee was in the way. That's all it basically was.
I apologize. Did I get the
And my mom
apology?
and I-
No, I don't give two
My
shits.
mom's like
Right.
one of my best friends. I love my mom to death. I didn't. Oh well, I didn't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. I could never fathom that kind of thing doing to anybody, let alone my mother. Like, I mean, I might get mad at you and say that I'll do that, but I'm not really ever gonna. Speaking of my mom, she's messaging me right now. I better see what she wants.
Right.
If I do or I don't.
Ankles are swollen, dude.
So many people
Oh.
private message me. Can I write her? Can I please write her? There's one. Let me try to find it while I'm on the phone with you.
Alleyway, I'm sorry that you went through that. I
One
apologize.
lady that said she knew y'all. There's so many to go through.
That's a hard thing to go through, dealing with addicts and things like that. I definitely know how you feel. Only it wasn't my mom per se. It was my sister, who was my older sister, and I was born like way late. All my brothers and sisters were like almost out of high school when I was born. I was oops baby when my mom was older, and so my big sister was kind of like a second mom to me, like kind of the mom that I related to a little bit more because she was younger. Anyways, she was very manipulative and controlling and nasty, just like Gypsy Rose. And that's kind of why I feel so compelled to cover it too, because like I know the manipulation. I've been there. I've felt it. Like when they get a hold of you, they get a hold of you. And it's a tight wrap to where, you start defending them and start being there for them. And you know it's wrong, yet you do it for whatever reason to just appease them, and you start to get this desire and this want all of a sudden to constantly do things for them that make them happy or this or that for whatever reason. And it's all manipulation, it's all control. It's so awful to me. I just don't understand how people can be like that. It really is baffling. And when you study people and you learn how to read traits and things like that, and then be able to profile a person like this is so hard because they can just become different people all the time and they have no shame or guilt, and they're just, I don't know, it's and that's the thing too, is like once you get trapped in that addiction, it's the same thing. So like if you're trapped in an addiction and then you're also trapped under the spell of a master manipulator, it's therapy induced fucking bullshit that you have to go through. Like you need therapy after all that. Not therapy induced, but therapy is a requirement afterwards. The trauma is intense. Yeah, and there's different ways. Like when they've passed, like that there's absolutely no way that they can keep hurting you, at least, and that's when you can like put the rest behind you and start to heal, because it's not going to keep happening, you know, and it's hard when you want to be in their life so bad, but that person that they've become is not the person that you love. You know what I mean? It's hard to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I see the name, like that I know it'll pop up. But she had said she had met y'all a few times when y'all were living in Slidell.
Okay.
And she said, tell her hi. I don't know if she's going to remember me. So I'm trying to find what was their name. Because, like, when I put your picture in there, I got so many.
Is it Mary? I forgot. Maybe Mary Gisclair. Because I know that we had some friends, Mary Gisclair, and her granddaughters, Kristen and Caitlin and Alexis. I know that Mia or Dylan is friends with Alexis on Facebook. So yeah, it's a small town.
Yeah, right. That is. Let me see if I could go in the. I'm going to go in that group right now and see if I could find it. Let me see. Okay, I think this one's it. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'll put your picture so it's under 106 comments.
Wow.
Yeah, girl. Like people are like, "Wow, look how pretty she is."
Aww.
It's it's.
What does that have to do
She
with
looks so
anything?
happy.
Yeah.
Sad that she had to get healthy under these terms.
Right.
I mean, everybody is very, very sympathetic.
Yeah.
Now, that they know the truth.
I'm going through something like that here because, I have a friend and her roommates, I had showed them the article, and a friend of her roommate was like, oh, well, she's just as much to blame as him, and my friend was like, she's the sweetest little non-murderer I've ever met. And
exactly.
Her roommate's friend is like, well, she's obviously not that sweet. And so Rachel went to punch her, but I was like, don't burn the hole, just ignore it.
Yeah. Right. This is one. Krista Beck Noshi, I want to say. It's Noche. She said, that is awesome. Gypsy looks so good and peaceful and healthy. Is she allowed to receive gifts or letters? So she sent me a private message, and I gave her your address, and I'm like, just go read up, the rules and everything. Some people put Team Gypsy. This makes me so happy for her. She's so pretty. Wow, she looks great. And
I know I saw that. I got a text about it because I have text. I know I saw that because I have
picture
text
just proves how
notifications, and they
malnourished
sent me one about it.
and sick
I forgot to
her
tell
mother
you,
made her.
but
She
that
is a
is
real
such
beautiful
bullshit.
girl.
How do you just close when you have people
I
that
mean,
need
there's
their
some
prescriptions,
some talk about
especially
what
with
your
the
mom
older
did,
people right there.
But the truth is the truth.
Right. Yeah. I look at that picture and I'm like, I don't look anything like that anymore.
No.
It amazes me because I don't recognize myself.
Right. Somebody said she looks beautiful and healthy. Proof is in the photo. Wow, what a change.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just
excuse me, oh my gosh.
so pumped to see how good you're looking.
I didn't mean to do that, I swear.
Well, I'll be taking new pictures as soon as I get them.
This is the one where
the picture taker, her name is Teresa, and she's like, you buy picture tickets every time we have GP pictures. I'm like, I know, I have lots of people that want to see me because I don't like any of the pictures from before. My best pictures are in DOC,
Right.
So.
This is the girl, Debbie Goff. Oh my God, prison is supposed to be a punishment. They should not have cell phones or makeup or be sending selfies to people.
Oh my God.
Then everybody just started, are you joking? I mean, and people are like,
my arms are down. It's not a selfie.
I know. I mean, a girl named Jerry Lynn Smith that has befriended me, she gone through a rough, she's been in jail before, she wanted to write a letter to me. She wanted to write the letter to you and send it to me. And I told her, I said, just send it to her. I mean, don't, worry. I'm sure if she gets anything,
Yeah.
they won't give it to her.
So they have a screening process. They read everything that comes in and out, and like if it's a threat, if it's inappropriate,
I know.
They call me
sitting there
back and
laughing about it like this is a fucking joke, right?
Do you want to send it to someone, or do you want us to destroy it? And so I have that option.
That's good. That's good. One said, God bless her.
Oh.
I mean, everybody was just like, oh, she looks so healthy. She looks so happy. She's beautiful. She looks great. I'm
Oh,
trying to
that's
find
sweet
who
of
that
them.
person is. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this group has totally did a 180.
Wow,
I mean,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a
it
joke
is
to them.
amazing. It is
The
because once
unaliving
your
of a
story
wonderful
came
woman like
out,
Becky is the joke.
um,
It's fucked up.
everybody now knows.
Hmm. Now, has
Everybody now
has
knows
Aaron
what?
contacted you at all?
I haven't talked to
The
her like
lies?
about anything about the documentary. I mean, we do shoot texts back and forth, you know, just everyday crap. But she hasn't. She won't. They won't know till Thanksgiving Day
Okay.
when it's gonna come out.
Okay.
Yeah. The lady that her name is Debbie Magnum Jorgensen.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
She knows you. She said she's the one that bought the glass slipper for you at Disney.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
Okay,
That sounds familiar. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I sent her your address because she has been so worried,
Mm-hmm.
you know, about you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're gonna be getting a good bit
Good.
of mail.
Good.
You know.
Good.
Yeah.
Right now, I have pen pals, so I write to them. But you know, sometimes I get letters of support too. So.
Right.
There we go.
And that's what and that's good. That keeps you going. That, you know, when you maybe on your shittiest day you might get something that's inspirational.
Right.
You know.
Because every day I'm like, I hope I get mail tonight, and whenever I do, I'm happy, and it keeps me going for the next day. And the
Right,
next day,
Morbid?
so.
Exactly.
Somebody asked me, you write her? I'm like, no.
We talk.
They're like, why? I said, because we talk on the phone.
Oh, wait. There
Yeah,
we go.
I said, what I'm going to write? I said, what I'm going to write her? Same thing I talked to her about.
Right.
You know, they were like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I said, the only time I know I didn't get your pictures out
Oh,
to you yet, but last week I was laid up with my neck. Dad left Wednesday, and today was the first day I got up and done stuff, but I overdid it.
Oh
and
my
I'm hurting
God,
again.
Leland. I'm
But we
sorry,
got a full front
honey.
in last night, so that's why I was hurting so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I know where he has your pictures.
Cool.
I'll send them out this week.
Cool. I know. I've showed people the article, and everybody's like,
Yes.
"Oh my God, your dad is so handsome. I want to be your stepmom. Can I be your Christmas stepmom?" I'm like,
So many of you have such stories to tell about what happened. And I just want to say one thing is that you never deserved any of it. You're here now. You know, I'm glad that you made it out of it. You're strong. You know what I mean? Those issues, Leland and Alleyway and all that, you guys. I just want you to know that I have the utmost sympathy for your situations. I just want you to know that I love you and you're a strong woman. You got this.
I'm like, I have a mom. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's taken.
That's right. That's what's taken.
Karma came back and made all my
Yeah.
dad's grandchildren girls.
Yep. Look, all your brother's friends, all your sister's friends, all drool over
Thank you,
daddy.
Morbid.
Oh my
That's a
God.
nice thing to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he has a fan club over here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we laugh about it because
And I love that. That's what makes up our community. You know what I mean? Like, I've had my own traumas as well. And I like to hear people's stories. And I like that you guys feel comfortable coming here and telling your stories and stuff, you know, because I would never, ever take it and, you know, be nasty with any information I saw or whatever you guys know. But it's just awesome that we've got a community strong enough where, you know, we can hang out and share our issues and have love for one another. You know, even if we might not fully understand it, we can still have sympathy and love. And I love this community and I love you guys for being here with me again. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it a lot.
especially Neil's friends. Like,
I know we're
you hear
listening to
that-
some traumatic shit and that this bitch is a see you next Tuesday. But it's just it is nice to have my community with me. And like when I get to feeling down, I come on here and I talk to you guys because it's an awesome feeling to know that you've built your own little close-knit community of people that care about you and understand you, and that we're all safe here. It's just nice. It is really, really fucking nice. I love it. I really do. We love you, Leland. We love you, Allie, and all of you that have had a severely traumatic past. I know I have in different ways than with my parents, but I still had to deal with it with my sister and everything like that. And even when it's not drug related or addiction related, and something traumatic might happen with somebody in your life, and just know that you don't deserve that pain, and the only one that should suffer for and anything that happens to you is the person that did it to you, not you yourself.
Yeah, your dad's so hot, and she's like, what?
We love you too, Sizzle.
Sizzle
bitch.
She's like, that's my dad. But
Right.
she was used to have it because Dylan's
Good, I'm
friend
glad you've never
some
had a
of them,
bad
like,
experience.
were
That's good.
Google-eyed over him, and and we laugh.
I'm
when
sure.
the friends would come, when they would come visit Dylan, and Rod would, come inside, and they just follow him.
Oh God.
And I tell him, look, Lena's here, so he'd go hug Lena, and she would start getting on nerves.
Oh,
Yeah,
What the
funny.
fuck?
yeah, he's a character.
Oh, that's funny.
Mhm.
How's the baby
Yeah.
kitten?
She's right on the side of me.
Aw.
She don't come around me during the day too much. But it's like at night, she'll come lie down with me on the sofa. But her and Aurora, it's the funniest thing. Aurora chases her all over the house. It's like, they go round and round and round and round. And when she gets tired,
What do you want,
she
Leland, honey?
climbs up on that recliner
Shrimp. I want
and
some.
gets up to where she can't get her.
Hey, you've
Aw,
got
that's
shrimp. I have cocktail sauce, so I'm coming over. That's it.
cute. That reminds me of whenever we got Sweetie Pie. And
Chills.
Baby Boy had taken Sweetie Pie as like a little sister. So at first, Baby Boy had whacked her on the head. And then after getting used to her, they became the best of
Your cat
friends.
is so
And
funny.
they played, and Baby Boy looked after her.
You're so funny.
Yeah, when if they just sleeping on the sofa, Aurora jumps on and just goes and takes her paw and gets her in the head. And then Sage, cats are so fast with their paws,
Yeah. T-Bag used to do that to me whenever I'd lay my head next to her. She would my head. I'll be like, T-Bag, stop it.
What are you doing, silly?
Yeah.
I had her for so long.
Good
She got
boy.
old.
Yeah.
Oh, you good boy.
But I
I
can't
hear
wait
ya.
to get out and love on those animals because I'm missing kids.
Oh,
No, you don't get to love
Yeah.
on shit, bitch.
You have enough over here, trust me. And if we need to get another one, we're gonna get another one because Neil wants. Dylan finally got a new truck. Well, it's not a brand new truck. It's a 2008. It's a Ford F-150. Just like ours, but ours is a 2012.
Good.
But good
Hopefully
condition.
he's more responsible with it.
Oh yeah, like I told him, I said, Dylan, this is the 5th vehicle you have since you're 17
Oh my
years old,
God.
but you only wrecked one.
Mhm.
Just be careful.
Mhm.
He wrecked the black one twice.
Oh my.
Well, his friend wrecked it the first time.
Mhm.
Somebody ran him off the road, like at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I think they were texting and they didn't, they would, I don't know. They just ran Dylan off the road. But, he
Now,
has
when is he going to start driving?
next year, girl.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready for it, but I am and I'm not. Like, I'm ready for her to go to the store, so I don't have to.
Yeah. But I think she'll be a lot more responsible than Dylan is. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I mean, we got to buy her a vehicle next year,
Mhm.
and I don't know. She keeps going back to a truck, to a Jeep, truck,
I'm
Jeep,
sorry.
Jeep, truck.
Maybe an SUV, a combination of both.
She said that's for old people.
Old people.
Yeah, that's for old people.
They make some
That's
pretty
how I
good-looking
am,
SUVs.
Morbid Sparrow.
For
Like,
me, I would love a
I'm
Mercedes.
willing to hear everybody's opinion and I try to put myself in their shoes to understand where they're coming from. Maybe they might have a certain way of thinking or whatever the case. But sorry, my cat. Yeah, you're all over my mouth. Yeah. Oh no, it was definitely not accidental. The pregnancy you're talking about, and a lot of people think the baby doesn't exist. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the best situation would be that she doesn't have a child. I mean, that would be the best because I worry about Aurora having to grow up with two idiots like that. Oh my gosh. Oh. But yeah, that's why we have such a good community here too, because we all try to be understanding with other people's opinions. Because you have to understand in life that everyone in the world, we all have different opinions about every fucking thing. You are never gonna meet somebody that has your views on every fucking thing you talk about. You know what I mean? It's just it's silly to think so. So you have to try to be understanding, unless it's something like, they did something really evil, then no, I don't wish you to like put up with that, but you know what I mean. The pregnancy was weird, but I think that was a mix of two things. First, she got pregnant sooner than she says, and second, her bump was too small and she wanted the attention, so she wore a fake. Oh yeah, that's something she would do. I pray there's no baby. I do too. I do too. But if there is someone, should but if there is someone, should be keeping an eye out for her, since GRB is a literal murderer. Yeah, exactly. Oh, for sure. I thought there would automatically be CPS involved, like, right off the gate, to like always be around and watching Gypsy, or at least somewhat checking in on her, you know. But as far as we know, I don't think that did happen. I don't think it does. She says she was dilated 7 centimeters, went to the hospital, got her drugs, and she popped out. She also said she had a C-section scar. Yeah, exactly. I remember that when Bree was talking about that. Oh, and yeah, we can't about things we don't know for sure, but we can have conversations about things. Yeah, exactly. That's what I love, is that the community that's what we're about, is just having little debates and conversations about things. There isn't any way of knowing the truth. The same with the other person I cover, Quirky Love Rose. You mean, oh, it's like the truth? Oh yeah, what's that? I don't know. That's unheard of. Like Misbehaving said before. Yeah, that whole clip of coming out of the fucking court was so blatantly obvious. Like, why wouldn't you wait a little bit? You know? Yeah, that's weird that they were doing that with Ryan's what was it, Ryan's nephew? That that was a weird conversation. It really truly was.
I would love a Mercedes Benz.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl. Me too.
Trip it out with
You might
somebody.
get one day. Well, all these malpractices, you probably gonna get you any kind of car you want.
Right. My friend Rachel, I gave her a picture. We took pictures together, and she's like, sign it because I want your autograph. So
Oh,
I
I'm
signed
getting
it for
so
her. She's like,
tired.
whenever
Sorry.
you become famous, I'm going to show everybody. Shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we all want to be famous, but not in this kind of way.
Right.
But
I think Michelle's going to do a good job. And I didn't get the name of the producer. I have to
Why
write it
is this
down,
even a
but,
thing?
from Michelle.
Like,
yeah.
this is so weird.
Because Michelle's writing the script.
Yeah, wait, I think I have it because they were somebody was posting like a bogus post that the movie was in the works and it was going to be
Exactly, Morbid Sparrow.
like
That's one thing I kept pointing out too. There's no fucking way.
and that's not happening.
And then the baby wasn't even mentioned
Michelle
in the
said
court
that they haven't
documents. There's no
contacted her
way.
Since, she had
The
talked to
baby
that
would have been
producer,
added,
and
and
she doesn't think
it
that
would
they
have
will
been Ryan's
contact her
baby
again.
until
So
they
that's
did
good.
paternity or whatever.
This is what I sent her Tuesday. I said, so I've seen the article about the movie saying it will be the next
And
making
paternity
of
by
Murder.
the court,
Oh,
mind
God.
you.
Because what they're going on Netflix and the guy's innocent, you know, and these producers won like 4 Emmys
I know.
for it.
I know. I even heard about it in county because in county we had the little iPad tablet things, and I'd go on e-news and read about it and things like that. I don't know much about the case, but I know that it was.
That's
a
what I'm
Netflix
saying.
series.
Why in the world would you
Right,
give
and I wanna
give
watch
someone
it, but
Pitocin if they were
happened?
already dilated? That doesn't make any sense. That's her reading shit and trying to come up with something to tell people, you know, even though it's a blatant fucking lie.
Like, I watched Dateline in 48 hours. I always did, and they showed one of the Dateline ones was about him. Oh, wow. So when Dr. No, taking that show on Dr. Phil. And on Dr. Phil, that he met this girl.
Sure, I'm-
and, you know, she fell in love with him. You know,
Guess
she
what,
tried to marry
Gypsy?
him,
Oh, wait.
you know, stuff like that. It was on Dr. Phil.
Guess what, Gypsy? I have a Mercedes and she drives a Nissan. No shade to anyone but Gypsy. It's old and my husband is a mechanic. Oh my god. Well, I can't even wrap my head around this. Gypsy Rose wants a Mercedes Benz. For what, bitch? Taking the life of your mother has now become a cash grab? Come on, you guys. That's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Guess what, Gypsy? I own my own home and I have a nice ass Jeep. But I paid for it all my damn self without hurting anyone. Yeah, exactly. I didn't have to take a life to be able to do this shit, bitch. And you still feel accomplished. You don't have to take a life of somebody to make yourself, you know, well known to. And it's if you want to be popular like that, that takes a long time of being on the internet. And you walked out of prison with that already there. That's crazy to me. I still can't stand that to this day. But reaction channels and things like that, and we getting way more views than these guys. Well, not this channel, but you know what I'm saying. I just decide if I want to go out of this. Oh gosh, yeah, I know, Morbid Sparrow. God, I've worked hard for my old Mercedes, worked myself to death. Really, she complains about standing for 3 hours. Oh my goodness, man! I was pregnant with twins. My last 2 were twins, and I just remember the doctor, I went in for my appointment and we were going to schedule the C-section for very soon after that appointment. And I was excited because I just wanted them out. I was getting really, really uncomfortable, at that point because I was 38 weeks along and both of them were 7 pounds each. So he comes in and he's like, do you think you could wait till you got to 40 weeks just to see how you do? And I was like, if you don't take them out, I will. He's like, okay, how about Tuesday? Well, then Tuesday happened to be Halloween. And I was like, well, that's Halloween. He's like, well, take it or leave it. So I took it and it, I went into hard labor on Halloween anyways. So they were coming that day anyway. Yeah, 2 7-pounders. Big fat babies. But they went home with me the day that I went home. I had a C-section, of course. So you stay a couple days. And they got to go home with me right away, which the doctor said is usually unheard of, that they have to stay and be monitored for a little while usually because, well, they'll be underweight or whatever the case. Excuse me. I know, right? Woke up and squeezed her right out. I'm like, what? I lost my page now. Son of a bitch. No, not that one. I just seen it. What was it called again? This one, the Gypsy Rose. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna see what this Gypsy and Woman one is about real quick, and then I might have to get off here. My feet are really, really swollen, and it's starting to get really uncomfortable. Yeah, like she was exactly. Yeah, no one does for real. Sorry, I'm reading. Uh, I'm a bit of a home. Yeah, she did say that, didn't she? Oh, I bet. I know I am too. I need I need some direct ones though. I gotta fucking piece some things together, but oh, like like all the parts that you know what I'm saying, like come together, and I gotta put it all together in my video, and then I'll be about done. Oh, 6 pounds, 10 ounces. That's the way to. Oh, tiny baby, 5 pounds, 6 ounces. 6 pounds, 10 ounces. That's pretty good size too. It's a good little baby, good little bundle. I hope all of you had healthy babies. I only had one sickly child. You're in and out of the ICU with him all the time. He had to be intubated. He just had asthma, like really, really bad. Like it wasn't just asthma, it was asthma. I hope he grew out of that. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah. Yeah. You what now? Okay. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Try it back. Wait, hang on. Where's the money? Where is it? Where? Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense. Ah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I. Not for Gypsy though. She had to. God, she had like a great childhood going to Disney and fucking all these different trips she went on. What does that even mean, though? Oh, yeah? No. No. Fell now. Tired. Sleep. Oh. There you go, Ken. Oh, I got it. What's the comments? I'm so sleepy. Oh, there's no volume. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Hello. Okay, so I don't know. Damn.